Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. I am so happy you stopped by today, and if you're returning, you know I love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So on this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color White, Fern, and Maize. I'm going to use this decal I created off of Cricut Design Space. This lemon I received from Woodpecker's Craft, and then I got this wood canvas, they call it. It was a 3-pack from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to start off by painting that canvas with my white chalk paint and then the lemon with the yellow and the green there. After they were all done, I went in with a sponge dauber here in my white paint, and I'm going to just create some polka dots all over my lemon here. And I love the way this turned out. But this lemon, you guys, I don't know the cost of it because they sent it to me, but their prices are pretty reasonable. If you've never checked out Woodpecker's Craft, I am affiliates with them, so I do have a link to them in my description box. And then that wood, they call it a wood canvas, which I think is kind of weird, that I got from Hobby Lobby. You guys, I always wait and get my wood stuff when it's on sale. So if you're ever looking for wood stuff, wait till it's on sale, which is usually every couple of weeks. So once my polka dots were dry there, I took my decal and I am just placing this on my lemon here. And I was going to place this inside the canvas, the wood canvas, but I felt like it needed to pop out some. So I took 4 tumbling tower blocks and I'm adding some wood glue and some hot glue. And then I'm just going to add them to the back of my lemon like you see me doing here. And I'm doing 4 because I wanted to make sure it felt stable. And I didn't want it to wobble at all. And then once I have all of that on there, I'm just going to do the same thing with the wood glue and hot glue on the tumbling tower blocks so that I can attach it to the inside part of my wood canvas. And after that, I am taking this ribbon here. I think I got this ribbon from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago, and I liked it because it has the lemon and the blueberries, and I love lemons and blueberries together. And unfortunately, I didn't do any blueberries with my lemons this time. But anyways, I'm just making bows, doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, and then using my twine there to keep it scrunched and connect the 2 bows together, just like you see me doing right there. And after that, I'm going to tie knots, and then I'm going to cut off the excess, dovetail the ends of my ribbons, my tails, and then I'm going to hot glue it right there above the stem, or where the stem and the lemon meet. Then I took one of these wood stickers. This actually I think is supposed to be a watermelon, but I figure, you know what, if I paint it yellow and make the seeds white, it would look like a lemon. And I think it does. But I just took one of my Arteza paint markers and painted it in. Now, my white, the very small tip on this one, for some reason, it just does not want to get moist. So I just took the tip out and I used the backside of the tip to paint in the little line in the seeds. And that's what I did there. Once I was done with that, I took some hot glue and I'm just going to glue that half lemon to the middle of my bow. Then I took some beads. Now the solid yellow beads came from Dollar Tree and the plaid beads came from Amazon. And I think I used 8 of them. So I'm just stringing them on a hanger. This hanger came off of some sign at some time. I have a pile of hangers that I keep for this purpose. And I am just going to hot glue it to the back of my wood canvas here. And that is all there was for this one. I really love how this came out. I just think it's so bright and cheery. And yeah, It reminds me of summer. You have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Okay, I just want to thank all of my subscribers. You guys are all awesome and I appreciate you so much. And if you're new here and if you enjoyed today's video and like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, then hit that red subscribe button. And then you guys make sure you give me that thumbs up and comment and watch the ads because that really does help my channel. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media or find my links, you can find my links in the description box below. Okay. Here's DIY number 2. So I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and maize. I'm going to use this napkin. I think I received this from someone during a napkin exchange. I'm going to use 2 of these 10-inch wood rounds that came from Hobby Lobby and then one of these wood beads from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by painting the wood rounds with my white and then the beads with my yellow. And this is how I painted the beads. I got my painter's tape and I just laid it out and placed my beads on top of it. I find for me, this is the easiest way to paint beads because they stick to the tape. And then when you're done, you just pull it off and turn it over and put it back on the tape and then you paint. The beads don't move, it stays in place. And for me, like I said, I have tried other ways, but for me, this one is my favorite and easiest way. So once I had it all painted front and back, and then I even painted the little silver clasp there, just try to kind of camouflage it a little bit. I set it aside to dry and then I took my Mod Podge and I'm just putting this on one of my wood rounds and I set it aside to dry. Then I took this napkin that I'm going to use and I'm just kind of trimming it down and I just go all the way around it, leaving a little extra on the edges there. Then once that wood round with the Mod Podge was dry, I laid my napkin down, placed some regular parchment paper that you'd use in your kitchen, and I took my heat press and I am just reactivating that Mod Podge so that the napkin will stick to my wood round. And you can do this with an iron if you don't have a heat press, but the iron needs to not have any steam. So after that, I had a little bit of a area that didn't adhere, so I just added my parchment paper and went over to give with my heat press and it worked just fine. Then I took my dishwasher safe Mod Podge and I'm going over the top of this because I think this is going to be in my kitchen. It just looks kitcheny to me and I wanted to have that dishwasher safe in case any water gets on it. Then I am going to take my wood glue here and a brush and I'm just going all the way around one of the rounds there with that wood glue and then I'm going to lay my beads right on top. Now the beads are just a little, they're both 10 by 10. The beads says it's 10 by 10 and the wood round says it's 10 by 10, but I still had to kind of play with it to get it on there. And then I'm taking some of these clips from Dollar Tree and I'm just holding it down in place so that it gives the so it's on there so that the glue can set. And I set it aside for a little bit. Then I took my finger sander here and I'm just sanding off all that extra napkin. Then I'm taking my other wood round and I'm just doing the same thing I did. I'm going around it with the wood glue and then I'm sticking it on top of my beads. And then I held it down and while my husband went and got some thicker clamps to hold it down, and I held it down for like an hour or two. I took these finial caps or dowel caps. I actually bought these from Woodpecker's Craft. I painted them with that maize color, and then I'm just using wood glue here to glue them on to my riser, and then I just let this sit for a few, I don't know, half hour or so, and there it is. I love how this came out. It's so springy or summery and lemony and bright. Let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, you guys, I just want to take a moment to show you what my friend Teresa with Teresa B DIY made for me for our anniversary. This is something I did pay her for, but look at this. It's got our anniversary date. Oh, it is so beautiful. Look at that. Now, the reason why I picked this is my husband's gift for anniversary, is because we actually got married on the beach in Clearwater, Florida. And sorry if you can hear Oliver. He's all full of excitement because he just got out of the bath. But it is just so beautiful. And I've seen a lot of her designs, and she's got a hanger there so I can hang it. I've seen a lot of her designs, and one day it just came to me, and I texted her. I said, hey, do you think you could make me one of these for our anniversary? And she did an amazing job. So if you're looking for any kind of fun, beautiful gift ideas, reach out to her. I'll have a link to her Instagram page and YouTube page. But she does amazing. I cannot wait to give this to my husband. I know he is going to love it, because that is one of our favorite places to be, is on the beach. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Maize and silver lining. I'm going to use another decal that I got from Cricut Design Space. And then this, what do you call this? Mason jar cup glass? I don't know, from Dollar Tree. I'm going to start off by removing these little pieces here. And I don't know what I was thinking, you guys. I was like, there was a ton of glitter on here, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel like sanding all that glitter off because it just gets glitter everywhere. So I thought, well, I'll just peel up all the paper, which was stupid because it took forever and I still had glitter everywhere. So if you recreate something with one of these items that has glitter on it, I would recommend sanding the glitter off first and then removing the paper. So once I had all that paper removed, I took my water, spray bottled here, and got it all wet, spritzed it down, let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'm just taking my paint scraper and scraping all of that goo and paper off. Now, I'm going to paint that side of it. I'm paint the middle yellow and then the outside of it with the silver lining. I wish I would have painted the other side because I could still kind of see some roughness from scraping that stuff off. I don't think I got it all completely off, but in the end, it looks okay. So I'm taking my decal here and I'm placing it in the middle of my mason jar cup. I don't know what you call it. But anyways, I'm just adding my decal. I realized after I did this, I've done several of these. Well, I've done a couple of these that are very similar. So I think I need to quit making these kinds of decor. Anyways, I guess I like lemonade and I like the thought of this, but I just went around with some white there and I made some shadow lines on the cup. And then I'm just making some like wave lines in the lemonade. And then I went with another paintbrush here and I'm just doing some lines across the top to kind of resemble the ridges of the mason jar glasses that you have. And then I'm just taking a smaller paintbrush here and going through and making a smaller line too. I don't know. I should have probably tried to find a picture of some sort of a painting like this. Because you guys know I'm not a painter when it comes to this kinds of stuff. So I don't know. I hope it looks okay. Once I was done, I took these lemons here and I'm hot glued one on the bottom here. And then I made a bow like I did previously, hot glued it at the top, added another lemon. Then I took some of this blue ribbon. Now this blue ribbon came from Sam's Club and I'm just using this as a hanger just so that it kind of matches. I love lemons and blue together and blueberries. Or the yellow and blue. I love that color together. But there it is. You have to let me know what you think. And actually, both of those ribbons came from Sam's Club. But anyways, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreation. So Kimberly made this cute straw doll. It is just so cute, Kimberly. She thought I had made one before. I didn't. So I don't know who she was mimicking, but it looks great. And then Linda, this is adorable. I love your beehive, and I love how you added that ladybug at the top of it. Okay, so if you have a picture that you would like me to showcase for you, let me rephrase it. If you have a creation or recreation you'd like to showcase for me, you can send me a picture to that email address listed there, or send it to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I'd be more than happy to showcase it for you. Oh my goodness. Okay, DIY number 4. Woo! Okay, again, I am going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, Maize, and I am going to incorporate a night sky into this one. I'm going to use 2 of these chunky lemons that I actually bought from Woodpecker Crafts, and then this stencil that I received from Essential Stencils, and then this cutting board from Dollar Tree. So I was smart on this one. I used my finger sander to sand off the glitter, but I did end up ripping most of that paper off because I don't know, I can't help myself. And then I painted that cutting board with the white and the lemons with the maize. Once they were done, I taped my stencil onto the middle of my cutting board, and I'm using the night sky, and this is a stencil brush I received from Essential Stencils, and I am just dabbing on the words lemon, but the O is actually a lemon, so I did not stencil that with the night sky. I'm going to use my Maize, and I grabbed my Fern from Waverly as well, and I'm going to dab them, paint them on as well. And so here this is where I'm doing the yellow. Now I had to be really careful because the lemon was kind of close to the lines of the rest of the words, and I did have to use my finger a couple of times to kind of help protect so that I didn't have the colors mixing. But once I was done with the yellow, this is where I'm going to grab my green. I guess you really didn't need to see all of that. Okay, well, here it all is, you guys, and I hope you learned something. I did. Pay better attention when I'm editing. So there it is. Then I took the rest of I wiped off that stencil, cleaned it up. I taped it to both of those lemons, and then I'm just going over the easy peasy lemons, or not lemon, but easy peasy squeezy words, and I put them on the lemons just like you see there. Then I decided I really wanted something more on this cutting board. So I took my painter's tape and I created little lines, little stripes, and I went horizontally and vertically. So top and bottom horizontal, and then on the sides vertically. And I made one line on each side. Once I was finished with that, I took my wood glue here, and I am just going to brush it on the back of my lemons, and then I'm going to use hot glue to go around for the immediate hole as well. Hold. I cannot talk today, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I'm just going to glue them on. I did both of them like that. Then I made another bow like I normally do, and I just made a finger bow here with this ribbon. This ribbon came from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to add this to the other ribbon. I'm going to tie them together, and then I will hot glue it to the top here. That ribbon, it looks kind of gray, and I thought it looks blue when it was hanging, but when I put it up to this bow, to me it looked a little more gray. But that night sky is kind of a grayish blue, so I think it turned out okay. Then I took some white paint in the bottom of a small paintbrush, and I am making polka dots along the bottom of both of the lemons. And then I just still felt like it needed something more, so I took a smaller paint dabber and my yellow. our maize color, and I'm just going around and making some big polka dots. And then I just thought, I don't know, I just felt like it was too much yellow. So I took the back of a small paintbrush again, and I made some really teeny dots, just kind of going all around those yellow ones. And I love the way this came out too. I think this just looked great with that. Once that blue went on there, I just think it just finished it off nicely. Then I took some shipping paper and traced it out, cut it out, and now I'm hot gluing it to the back of my sign. But I would recommend not hot gluing it where you're going to put your tumbling tower blocks, because I had to cut them off and reattach them to the back of the sign because it was pulling away on the paper and not standing. So here I just took 4 tumbling tower blocks. I painted them white. I hot glued 2 end to end, and then I have leaves me with 2 blocks, and then I hot glue 1 onto the back of my sign, and then I hot glue the other one onto that set of tumbling tower blocks that I hot glued onto the sign. And that's all there was. Once I fixed it, that's all there was. So there it is. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. I really like the way this came out. I hope you did too. And the final reveal is coming right up. So let me know what was your favorite one today. A lot of you guys asked me to do more bees and lemons. So here's the lemons. I will have the bees for you on the 20th. So stay tuned for that. And again, I thank you so much and appreciate all of you guys for stopping by today, for sticking with me, watching this. And don't forget to comment, give me that thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back again on the 20th, which I think is Wednesday. So with all that being said, you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.